Hey everyone, welcome back to Menu Plays with some more Songs of Six. I'm about to get raided. I was doing some off-camera work and Crawl decided he wants to invade me again. And I thought you all would enjoy laughing at me because of how bad I am at the combat aspect of this game. So I'm just sitting here right now waiting for him to make an appearance on the map. I'm not sure when it'll happen, but I know or at least I've noticed that if I'm in this mini-map mode, it will kind of go really dark and then lighten back up, and that's when he shows up. Although now that I think about it, he just told me he was a few days away, and I may have mustered the men a little early. We'll see how it goes. What I did do, though, is I decided to, since I had some extra battle gear, because I beat him in the last raid, and usually he comes back a little stronger once you beat him. So I decided to see what happens if I give them all 4 battle gear each. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I guess I can speed this up and wait until it tells me that I probably mustered too early and my guys are going to get exhausted or something, or starve. And now I don't want to unmuster because I gave them all 4 pieces of battle gear, and if I unmuster them and then remuster them, yeah, I lose all that. So there we go. There it is. Because usually I wait until I get that message before I muster, the one where he wants me to surrender. But I find it a lot of times by the time I get my troops lined up from that message, he's already on the map. So this time when the game told me he was 2 days out or a couple days away, I waited 1 day before I mustered the men. Okay, that would be the point when it switches views like that. It's because he's coming in. There he is. So slow this down. Start heading in his general direction. So I mustered the troops up here, and I'm probably going to need to move my battle gear storage, because when I did it down here and then I moved up through the city to face him in a trial that I was doing, yeah, my guys had a hard time staying in formation. They tried to stay in formation while going through the city streets, and it took them longer to move. So I really want them to be mustering outside of the limits of the city. Now I have some ideas for using walls to create a kill box with 3 divisions. So I can plant 1 division, like, let's say for example, I force him down a channel where I have an alley to either side, and then the main entrance to my keep, and not have any gates or anything on it, just put some walls around the city and leave it wide open at the top, so he'll hopefully take that entrance, and have, you know, a division sitting here and a division off to either side, a little bit, you know, far back, recessed a little bit, so that when he confronts the division that's in the front, I can smash into both of his flanks at the same time. Don't know if it'll work or not. I'm going to have to do some more experimenting, which I do enjoy doing. Oh wow, I almost lined that up just right. So if I can get out there to where he's marching in before he gets in formation, I generally do better. I'm not trying to rush out to him. I know I could use that, but I don't really want to tire my soldiers. I would imagine four things of battle gear probably make them tired enough. Nobody's exhausted yet, so that's good. I'm hoping that by giving them 4 pieces of battle gear, that I'll have more survivors without injuries, so that I'll actually have some combat experience guys in my division for the next time that he comes. Not sure. Generally speaking, the guys that get combat experience also get injured in the process of getting that experience, and of course then they die. And to be honest, I'm a little surprised that he's only sent 44 men. I thought that he would send more than I have this time. So I like our chances. Now, if I can manage to meet him head on before he forms up, I might try a tight formation. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. I don't want them changing direction because they do goofy stuff like that. I don't really want to tighten this up. I've tried that before with a single division and I get outflanked and it's not pretty. Go. Go get them, boys. So I'm assuming that this little graphic here is showing me how I'm facing him. Because I have noticed before where I've had multiple divisions that I'll get a division where it's perpendicular instead of parallel to the direction they're coming from. And so I assume that means that my division was flanking him. Let's see if he had a couple guys sneak around behind me. But all in all, holding our own very well here. And these 6 guys left. I've had one guy lost so far. I hate it when they scatter because I'm not 100% sure. Okay, I guess the guys that aren't scattering stick around to fight. Because it's always to the last man with him. Except for him, because he's too big of a sissy to come in and get killed. Otherwise he wouldn't be able to keep raiding you. I'm just going to pause it real quick. So, 8% injuries over 50 guys. That's only 4. But only 1% got combat experience. So, yeah. Alright, well, we'll see how that pans out after I unmuster them. And then they all return home and die. And I don't know if I'm supposed to go around and kind of mop up. I noticed that, as I'm heading back home, if I run into them, we get into a little fight ensues. But yeah, they're all leaving the map. The other thing I'm going to need to consider here fairly soon is some form of walls or fortifications, because I'm very exposed down here in the south. Oh, let's see, one of the guys did kind of hang out there, although I haven't built anything there yet, so it's okay. And I hate being close to the map edge, because I have had a situation where he spawned, like I mustered my troops out in front of the city because he had been, and it wasn't in this playthrough, it was a different one. But let's just say, for example, he had been coming in from here, this map edge every time. So I mustered my troops up here, and I'll be darned if he didn't just come in right here behind me and just start ransacking my city before I could get the guys turned around to go back to face him. So what I ultimately would like to do is, I don't know, I was thinking about trying just with wooden walls right up against the edge of the map to see if that will stop him from spawning in behind me. I mean, I don't mind going out and facing them since the matches are usually fairly even, or close to even. But yeah, I don't like being out here and having to run through my city while he's killing my villagers. So we'll see how that goes. And the reason why, so far I've only lost a couple, so that's not bad. 1% injured and 1% combat experience. Gee, I wonder who's injured. So the reason that I was actually running the game, I gotta find it now. There we go. I was just reading some people chatting on the Q&A discussion section on the Discord about gathering eggs, and since my eggs have been growing so slowly because I made that initial ranch too small, I wanted to give it a try and see if this worked. So I basically put this warehouse, which is more than 150 away from all of my other ones, out here on its lonesome on the frontier. In fact, it's in front of the lines. It's literally the front line. So I wanted to set this up with a couple of employees who will gather meat, pelts. Oops, I do that all the time. Pelts and eggs. And then, with my overabundance of population, I figured I would sacrifice a few of them for the greater good. And yeah, see if my hunters killing things will get these guys gathering and maybe get some eggs. I don't know. I've never quite tried it like this before, but in the past I've had a hard time using hunting as a source to get eggs, but we'll see how it goes. Now, as far as the guys that have the eggs, there's only like a couple of them. I don't know. All we can do is try. It's an experiment after all. At least this will get me forward of my coal mine, so my coal miner won't get taken out while he's... up there. So actually that's a good one there. Yeah, then my coal miner walking back and forth to the mines won't be at risk. Oh, it's huge. So yeah, already you can see they're running away. That's probably enough. I wish I could follow the specific employees because I can't really tell who's a hunt. Oh, there we go. He's a delivery man. Okay, now where'd he go? My mistake was clicking on his destination, I guess. Stop finding food. You're supposed to be making food. Sleeping on the job, eh? There he is, fetching supplies. Carrying meat. Probably gonna get killed running around up in here, but... maybe I should give him tools. Oh, probably don't know why I was in speed 2. Sorry about that. Kind of boring. Just watching a bunch of little green and white dots move around on the screen, I imagine. It's boring me, and I'm the one doing it. No eggs, 27 meat, no pelts. Is meat the only thing they pick up? Or does it just depend on the beasts that I kill? There's like... I don't remember where he was. There was like one little lone... he's right around in here. One little lone... I forget the word now. Goblin? I don't know. But yeah, so far not fearful. Yeah, at least I give the hunters something to eat all the way out here on the frontier. Let's pop down some more. Go in there and get killed. Kill or be killed. Nice thing is I'm gonna have a whole lot of these to pull out of the backside when I'm done, so that I will have advanced this line pretty well. Is my goal. Yeah, still got a little bit of headroom. I do think it's funny though when they scatter and when they're being chased by a hunter, and it just looks like they're water bugs jumping on the surface of the lake or something. You always get those one or two that will hang out like almost right next to a hunter shack. But if you click on the hunter shack, it'll say, no prey in the zone. It's like he's standing right next to you. You're a terrible hunter. Alright. Of course now I've lost track of my warehouse. So. I believe it's called Warehouse 18. There we go. No eggs. One meat, no pelts. Should I have done eggs only? Is it because there's meat out there that they're going after that and leaving the eggs? I don't know. Time will tell. Time will tell. So I did set up these roads, or plan them at least, and I decided, hey, wouldn't it be neat to kind of continue the pattern by putting a cotton field upside down here? So I have a nice square, and I plan to very, very soon maybe put dormitories on these edges, and then latrines and bathhouses in here, and that I believe would be all of the services that the people require. Yeah, so I'd have my taverns, my kitchen, bathhouses, place to poop, place to sleep. I've already got graveyard. So yeah, the only thing I'd be missing then would be a vast number of libraries to get my knowledge up and get research going. And I'll do that as the population I get some crazy growth, which will happen as soon as I start providing these services. Because the libraries will take up a lot of people, a lot of scribes. I'm still debating on whether or not to just duplicate this whole setup over here, so that each of these areas has an industrial section producing what it needs. Because when the population grows, I'm going to need more clothes, although I can probably up the number of clothing pieces I'm giving to people now. It's just, again, these are just fun little experiments. We'll see what happens. Let's give them 3 pieces. That'd be nice and toasty. Look at them all run to the tailor, to the warehouse at least. Wow, that barely knocked it down at all. But the reputation's going up. Because the clothing is going up. I'll have to play around with that and see if I can get that bar maxed out. I think it's 5. It's 5 or 6 pieces of clothing you can give them. I'll max that out and see if these 2 tailors can support that. I'm sure they won't as the population grows, so I probably will need to duplicate this. And meat, no eggs. No pelts. I'm sure the meat's been getting eaten. Now watch me go down here and find... Nope, 48. Someday. Alright, well, I really didn't have anything else to do. I thought that I would totally mess up the battle, or something funny would happen, like they would come in behind me, and I didn't want you all to miss the opportunity to laugh at the mistakes that I made in planning for these raids. So I guess that'll be it for now. I'll let you know what I find out with regards to eggs, if I find any, and happy gaming, everybody.